Hello guys, welcome in today's crypto technical update. Starting from the BTC and then we'll move on to the Ethereum price actions. Before we start, if you guys learning and enjoying from the contents, do not forget to like the video, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and activate the bell so you do not miss the accurate market updates. Starting from the BTC, let's do some recap. On the previous videos, 5th of May, we were talking about these levels. On the last videos, we had similar levels of the support level 2, but support number 1 became our resistance level, as you can see on the 11th of May video. In the last 2 weeks, this major resistance has been extremely important for us, and I was keep mentioning about it. And as you can see, it held end of the April, and also you can see it 5th of May we held properly. On the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, we got beautiful rejection. However, once we broke with this candle on the lower time frame, and we saw a dump in the market. On the same video, I mentioned that on the daily time frame we start getting a lower highs, which is not a good sign. And I also mentioned maybe we're going to go again to this level of 46,400 and 45,300 level. On the 13th of May, I updated via my Twitter account that the important level of the Fibonacci was around $49,000. So I was expecting the price could reject right from the $49,000. However, the price came right inside this box, as you can see, and we had huge green candle with a retest, and since then we are going up. So these are levels that we've been watching in the last 2 weeks or so. However, bear in your mind, the support and resistance lines are totally changed. Before we move on to the multiple time frame analysis, if you want to learn all this technical analysis, what I'm showing, and if you want to become an independent professional trader, or you're interested in the institutional trading system, you can message me via Telegram at Magnate8. And one-on-one intense mentorship is available. It only takes you 5 to 10 hours to master. During the education, you can learn scalping, i.e. day trading, swing trading, and long-term as an investor trading systems. Moving on to a weekly time frame. When we look into a weekly time frame, we've been following closely the 60,000 level, and at the same time $57,000. $57,000 broken 2 weeks ago, as you can see with this green candle. However, we couldn't manage to go all the way up to $60,000 because of the lower time frames didn't allow us to go all the way up to $60,000. And as you remember, we had a very important level of the Fibonacci 618, and after a number of rejections, we saw a heavy correction in the market. However, right at this moment, weekly time frame still healthy and bullish, but all I can say is the weekly time frame candle doesn't look good. At the same time, since the beginning of October, first time that we tested 21 weekly EMA. Now, the market was expecting to test it and to reject right from here. We might see some sort of consolidation, as I mentioned in the last video. And then on the lower time frames, price may get squeezed under the symmetric triangle. Then we will see a continuation of the bull run. So I don't think right at this moment this is the end of the bull market and starting of the bear market. In order to analyze it, we have to go into a daily time frame. Moving on to a daily time frame. Since the beginning of the January, we had a beautiful structure of higher highs, and from the bottom that you saw, we had a higher lows. That was a clear sign that we were on an uptrend. However, on the 5th of May, I warned about this structure, which is a lower highs and lower low structure. So right at this moment, the daily time frame after this massive bearish engulfing candle doesn't look good. However, it is still healthy, but under the consolidation. We've got one support down below, which I'm going to cover in a minute, and we'll have to watch those levels. Moving on to a 4-hour time frame. Under the 4-hour time frame, we were kept rejecting since the 19th of April. First rejection, a number of rejections right from 618, and again third rejection, and again number of rejections right from at around 10th of May. And as I mentioned in the previous videos, there was another level of the Fibonacci at around $60,000. So right from here, we saw another rejection. The last time we tested on the 12th of May, and we couldn't manage to break this 618, the golden zone, and I was keep mentioning about 382, which was matched with our extremely important support line of major support line based on the time. Once we broke on the lower time frames this level, and we saw a decent dump in the market. So we've got a new Fibonacci levels as well. On the 4-hour time frame, as soon as we lost $56,000, 4 hours started giving a bearish signal. It moved on to a bear zone. So as you can see, after that we had number of red candles, one after another, and then third red candle, as you see, it was a massive one under 4-hour time frame. So we've got resistance number 1. However, before the resistance number 1, I would like to cover the resistance number 2 under a higher time frames, and that will be at around 52,000 and 53,000 levels. We might go all the way up to $53,000 and we see a rejection again from that level under a 4-hour time frame. And this is the level that we've been following since the beginning of the May. As long as we're going to be above the support level of 46,400 and 45,300 level, the daily time frame will be under consolidation, and we might see again a consolidation on the higher time frame, and that will give us a hope to break the resistance lines above us. 2-hour time frame. When we look into a 2-hour time frame, as soon as we broke 57,300, 57,500 levels, now you can see it with this bearish engulfing covered the previous bullish candle, and we witnessed that the 2-hour time frame started moving towards the bear zone, and we saw a heavy dump in the market. So the current condition of the 2-hour time frame, the resistance 1, upper line of this resistance 1 is, which is 53,000, is extremely important for 2-hour time frame in order to be bullish. However, I'm not expecting in the 48 to 72 hours to break this level. Even if we're going to break that level, we've got resistance number 1, which is a higher time frame resistance that we're going to talk in a minute. 1-hour time frame. When we look into a 1-hour time frame, as soon as we broke with this candle $57,000, 1-hour time frame started giving a bearish signal. So right at this moment, 1-hour time frame is heavily under the bear's control. So you've got a resistance line under mid and higher time frame. Full higher time resistance is going to be the resistance number 1. Without breaking the resistance number 1, most of the time frames will be under the bear's control. So right at this moment, I'm expecting a consolidation around this area in the next 72 hours. If we're going to see a rejection upper line of this resistance number 2 or lower line of this resistance number 1, there is a high chance that we may visit again in the first place 49,000 and then 47,000 levels. And as you can see, the upper line of this resistance number 1 matched with our Fibonacci level of 0.5 golden zone. The next important golden zone is matched with our upper line of this resistance number 2, which is very important level of 618 golden zone, is around $53,000. So in the coming 72 hours, I'll be watching resistance number 2 and resistance number 1 levels. Moving on to Ethereum. So as I said in the last video, that I've been following in a macro level this Fibonacci level. Now we reached to our target level 1, which was 1618 golden zone. The next one was very important level of the Fibonacci 2, and then the second one was very important, was around 2618 golden zone, $4,211, and we reached over and beyond, and we're seeing a rejection from the 2618 golden zone. Weekly time frame is extremely bullish and healthy, and I would say the same thing about the daily time frame. Moving on to a 4-hour time frame. So as I mentioned, that 1750 and 1800 was our entry zone on the 4-hour time frame, and the entry level was given on the 30th of March and the 1st of April. So since then, 4-hour time frame, as I said, never gave an exit signal, even though we saw a massive dump, first dump, second correction, third one, and the fourth one was quite brutal. But still, I would say 4-hour time frame still bullish. However, this was an exit zone under a higher time frame Fibonacci on a macro level that I showed you under weekly time frame. This was an extremely important level, which was rejection, that we had a rejection at around 4,250 level. So since then, if one took this signal, you've been already up by up to 150% spot profit. If you're a leverage trader, you do the math for 5 times and then 10 times leverage. Current condition of 4-hour time frame still bullish and healthy. However, I'm expecting the price may start printing a lower highs under 4-hour time frame. Moving on to a 2-hour time frame. The entry level under 2-hour time frame, last entry was provided at around 2,300 and 2,400 level. So since then, we've been already up by 85% spot profit. Current condition of the 2-hour time frame doesn't look good. It is bullish, however, bulls are started getting exhausted, and we may see a correction in the coming days and weeks for Ethereum. Moving on to a 1-hour time frame. When we look into a 1-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame may look in a bullish territory. However, I'm expecting a rejection right from this level. If I remember correctly, in my previous video that I mentioned, we may go on the lower time frame all the way up to 4,150 and 4,000 all the way up to 200 level. So as we can see, we're just rejecting right from here. So we've got new support lines. If we're going to lose the support number 1, 3,950 and 3,800 level, the first level that one needs to watch is going to be around 3,200 and 3,300 levels. If we're going to break, which is unlikely right at this moment, 4,350 level, and then we might see continuation of the bull run. However, as I said, on a macro level, we saw a rejection from the very important level of the Fibonacci, and from here I'm expecting a rejection on the lower time frame, slightly consolidation, and then from here, as I said, we might lose this level of 3,800. Then I'll be keep an eye on these 3,300, 3,000 levels. So these are my thoughts about Ethereum and BTC. We came to an end of this episode, and if you guys enjoyed it, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.